642,000 veterans passed away last year. Roughly 80% did not have life insurance. The climate of our country is crazy. I'm scared for my kids to have kids. At the end of the day, we have our family, we have our loved ones. These are the people we need to protect. The Vietnam era, they're dying. These are grandfathers, these are uncles, these are brothers, these are husbands who were in one of the nastiest, most violent, disgusting wars known to man. 93% of you, at least this is my group, we will find 93% of veterans proper day one coverage that has lower rates than any carrier you're going to see in the mail or on TV. Nobody wants to talk about insurance, but everybody wants to protect their family. What is going on, guys? Michael DeCecco back here from Timeless Protection. Timeless Talk number 5, I think. I hope everybody's having a great day, afternoon, evening, whenever you're watching this. If you're watching this, if you're not, like, subscribe, follow us. We are doing a lot of big things here. We got a lot of big things going on with Timeless Protection. And today, I just kind of wanted to get into a couple things. Like the climate of our country right now, the climate of our country is crazy. I am humbled and grateful every morning, literally just to put my feet on the ground and breathe, right? And I'm scared for my kids to have kids. Some of the stuff we see, I was at Walmart yesterday. Not only were 2 people being trespassed, meaning that, a case was brought against them, the store gave them the option to leave or get arrested, and obviously you're going to take the trespass and leave. So 2 families were getting trespassed from Walmart. While that was happening, with the police right there, somebody comes in with a hammer and smashes all of the self-service or self-checkout and then takes off. Like, what is going on? First off, there's self-checkout machines, which means they're just taking jobs from other people. But then the people that complain that self-checkout takes jobs were complaining because they're checking people out now. I can't figure this out, guys. I really just can't figure it out. But no matter what, at the end of the day, we have our family, we have our loved ones. These are the people we need to protect. This is what we do at Timeless Protection. We are an insurance group. We are a professional insurance group, but we're different, guys. We are just different. Why are we different? Well, we have a soul. We have souls, right? I would say out of 10 people with an insurance license, 7 of them are idiots. 7 of them are commission-hungry, fly-by-night idiots. And it's not okay, right? Because those guys and girls give us guys and girls a bad rep because we're just here to do right by people. At the top of that list is a veteran. We are every day, all we do is serve veterans and those in the service industry. And this is because it's the people that are near and dear to our heart. Service industry is where I come from, hospitality, and veterans are veterans. I'll say it a million times in every single video that I make. Any person with a career path or in a career or in a job anywhere should cater to our vets, especially right now, the Vietnam era guys. They're dying, guys. Like the Vietnam era, they're dying. These are grandfathers, these are uncles, these are brothers, these are husbands who were in one of the nastiest, most violent, disgusting wars known to man. These guys are going through it right now. Agent Orange, God almighty. When I see a 70-year-old calling and I know we're going to have to deal with Agent Orange and prostate cancer, and when it comes to an insurance product, everyone looks for the easy sale. We don't look for the easy sale. This is why we're different. We look for the hard sale. And it's not even a sale because most people don't even want to take on health issues. This is something serious. We are going to basically sift every carrier out. We need to make sure whatever is put in place is right for the veteran. So I wanted to get into something real quick. I want to go into the options a veteran has when they go look for life insurance, the actual options. So picture this, right? You're a 71-year-old Vietnam vet and you have no life insurance. You had a term for 20 years. It expired. The price started to go crazy on you and you let it expire. You got rid of it, whatever the case may be. Well, now you want to cover your burial expenses, because what does the VA cover for burial expenses? 99% of the time, the VA is going to cut a check for $300, and then they're going to cover the headstone and then the opening and closing of the plot. Now, this is decent. It takes a solid chunk out of the bill if you go to a public cemetery. But if you go to a national cemetery, they basically just don't charge you, right? But if you're buried at a public cemetery, your family has to eat all that cost up front and then submit to the VA to get your reimbursement. And guys, we will give you all of that info. If you get on a call with us, we'll give you all the info your surviving spouse or kids or whoever needs to take care of all these benefits and reimbursements. Now, we are flooded with all the people that we have mentioned prior to, the 995 moron, all of these things that come in the mail heavily. And what people don't understand is that just because a company markets all day long doesn't mean they're a good company. Doesn't mean their marketing is accurate. It doesn't mean that they are out for your best interest. And take it from the thousands of veterans that we have helped, we have probably replaced hundreds of the policies that come in the mail. AARP, Globe, American Income, Colonial, all these carriers who serve something that is a guaranteed issue, guaranteed acceptance plan. Veterans, please hear me out. 93% of you, at least this is my group, we will find 93% of veterans proper day one coverage that has lower rates than any carrier you're going to see in the mail or on TV, and also the VA Life Plan. Now, the VA Life Plan, I've gone over that before. These are your options. You've got all the things we see on TV with a 2-year waiting period, or they increase in price every 5 years, or they expire at the age of 80, whatever it may be, it's not good. You've got the VA Life Plan. If you are a service-connected disabled veteran, you have access to this VA Life Plan, which has good rates, but a 2-year wait. So if your payment's $100 a month, and you got to pay that for 2 years, do the math. That's $2,400 that you have to pay into your policy prior to it becoming effective, and your family is left vulnerable for 2 full years. If you die in that 2-year span with any of the policies we just mentioned, TV, mail, VA Life, they're going to return the premium back to you, plus a little bit of interest. Now, we just need to get on the phone with you. That's it. That's the hardest thing. We have hundreds and hundreds of requests from veterans. They want our information. They want our services. But when we go to call, they don't answer. We had a couple last week. A guy booked an appointment, missed the appointment, and then his wife called 10 days after and asked if he bought a plan. She wasn't present. She probably would have made him pick the phone call up. Nobody answered. He died. No coverage. Now let's play this out. If he had talked to us and we did put coverage in place, she would be receiving a check for 10, 15, 20, 30, whatever it would have been. Now she's getting $300 from the VA, a headstone, a plot, and now her veteran husband, who served years for our country, has to go out by them digging into their savings or donations. This is not how a veteran should go out. Life insurance is one of those taboo things where you don't want to talk about it. You don't want to talk about it at all, but you need it. Not only do you need it to be done right. You guys are protecting us. As a vet, you're going to protect us. Are you going to go protect us with the wrong tools, with the wrong bullets for your gun, with the wrong ammunition? Is that how we go about things? It seems nowadays we just want to rush through stuff. We don't want to deal with people. We just want instant gratification. We want to take care of things ourselves, when there are a list of things that should be handled by professionals, by licensed experts, whatever it may be. So going back to the 70-year-old, our Vietnam vet goes to search for life insurance. He Googles veteran life insurance. 9 trillion things pop up. Most of them are going to be all the carriers that give you garbage. And because you don't have to speak to anybody, it sounds so juicy. Yay, I don't have to talk to a sleazy sales guy. Heck yeah. All right. Guess what? You might not get on the phone with a sleazy sales guy. You might get on the phone with someone like one of our team members or myself and protect your family properly. You ever think that way? Not everybody is out to do bad by you guys. Not everybody is out to do bad by you guys. Man, I am so energetic in this video compared to the last one. 72 hours of straight work. And then I filmed a video and I'm like falling asleep in the video. Feels good to get a lot of work done. Really does. So the 70-year-old, 71-year-old, he's clicking around, he's looking around. What the heck do I do? The guy on TV says the plan is $9.95 and I can get it. Oh man, that sounds so good. You call, it's not what it is. $9.95, guys, is 1 unit of life insurance. A unit of life insurance, I believe, is, I don't deal with them, but I believe it's like $400 to $1,200, something like that. So when you're done paying $9.95, $9.95 for a $10,000, $15,000 policy, now you have a 2-year wait, $150 a month payment. I can get you that for a 70-year-old for way under $100 and no 2-year wait. You just have to give us a chance, right? People don't want to give insurance people a chance. Well, give us a chance. Some of us are here to do the right thing. Nobody wants to talk about insurance, but everybody wants to protect their family. And if you have no other means to protect your family, you've got to look towards life insurance. You know, it's like you didn't send a squad fresh out of boot camp to go kill Osama bin Laden. You sent the dogs, right? You sent the number ones of the number ones of the number ones to do the job. Why wouldn't you send the number ones in to protect your loved ones prior to you dying? That way, when you do die, or while you're alive, you know that when you die, your wife, your kids, your husband are properly financially square. I just wish I could get on a Zoom call. If I could get on a Zoom call with 10,000 veterans, they would all understand. One, life insurance people or insurance people in general, they're not all that bad. And two, holy cow, this kid makes a whole lot of sense. Because do you think a 70-year-old man wants to wait 2 years and pay for 2 years for his policy to kick in and protect his wife? Every single time, 1 million out of a million times, the answer to that question is going to be no. Now, how do you get day one coverage? One, a very skilled underwriting team who has every carrier on planet Earth to look at. And not every carrier on planet Earth, every A-rated amazing carrier on planet Earth. Because there are some carriers out there that I wouldn't put on my dog, okay? So it's just like auto insurance, guys. When we go get auto insurance, if you and I owned an auto insurance company and somebody approached us for a policy, what do we want to know? We want to know how he drives. We want to know if they've got speeding tickets. We want to know if they've got DUIs. We just want to know these things because I'm not going to give somebody great rates and a ton of coverage if they crash into everything they see. But if through 40 years of driving, they've never gotten to an accident, that person can have whatever rate they want for however much coverage they want. I'll take their money all day long. It's how this works. So life insurance is the same way. There's a big misconception that you've got to be perfectly healthy to get really good life insurance. No, you don't. That little chart, poor, fair, good, great. I would say poor to fair, we can get day one coverage for. If you've had cancer, if you've had heart attacks, strokes, pacemakers, if you've had kidney issues, day one coverage is available to you. We just need to see when these things occurred. But you have to give us a chance first. I can't help you unless you let me, right? And there's just certain things that professionals or licensed experts need to handle. The unfortunate part about this is so many morons run around with insurance licenses that people are scared to talk to the good people. You know, I got yelled at the other day on the phone because this woman said that I had called her 15 times the prior day, and I literally just got her information 6 minutes before that. That was the other idiot from the other form that you filled out. Not me. So this guy, our 70-year-old guy, he's got Agent Orange from serving in Vietnam. They sprayed it all over everything. That plan backfired. But he's got Agent Orange. He had prostate cancer 10 years ago. His PSA levels are low. He's good. He's in the clear. He had a mini stroke 3.5 years ago, and he's diabetic with some blood pressure issues. That is day one coverage all day long for great rates. So what's the alternative, right? So you've got two policies in front of you. You want to cover a burial, $10,000, small whole life plan, very small, simple plan. By the way, those are the plans that end up paying out in the insurance world. Remember, 1% of term policies pay out. Term is perfect for certain scenarios. A burial is not one of them. Burial is not one of them because you got to die before the term is up for it to make any sense. Not smart. 10 grand, 10 grand. This one's X amount. This one's $10 cheaper. This one you gotta wait and pay for 2 years. This one you get immediately. Now your family's protected immediately. If you die tomorrow, full check. If you die tomorrow with the 2-year wait, you get whatever you pay for the first month. I've had vets purchase on the first of the month and die 45 days later. If you think I'm kidding, we can call his wife right now, because I talk to her every month. Your options for life insurance are all in front of you. It's up to you guys to let a good group in to help. Again, as a veteran, you guys out of anybody knows how important it is to have the right squad with the right tools to get the job done. This is your family we're talking about, right? Let's separate it again. Let's take life insurance out of the equation, and we just need to leave your family money when you die. How do we go about doing that? Trustworthy group, misleading group. Who do you want? Fly-by-night group, trusted, proven, veteran-endorsed, testimonial-driven, review-driven group. Come on, guys. Help me out here. Help me out. Please tell me why we're so afraid to talk to us. I want to know. Message me, call me, text me. Why are we so afraid to talk to insurance people? I just don't understand it. Let's just say there's 3 to 4% inflation. In 6 years, the average funeral cost will go from 9 grand to 15 grand. So if you're alive now, if you're 70 and you think you're going to make it to 76, it's not a $10,000 policy you need, it's a $15,000 policy. And then picture 5 years, 10 years after that. Don't blame me, blame the funeral homes. You know, if you want a Lamborghini hearse and you want spinning rims on your coffin, I'm going to say that joke till I die because I love it. But inflation is burying people, guys. Inflation is more of a reason to look at life insurance. Like, I understand, right? Oh my God, it's a payment you have to make every month. But put yourself in the shoes. If somebody dies in your life and you're the one left to pay for it, would you say a life insurance check would help you? Yes, you would. Yes, you would. And this is why we're so straightforward with people. We're so straightforward with people because it is just needed in a lot of scenarios. The average American today does not have 4, 5, 8, 10 grand laying around to just pay for funerals. And the VA doesn't cover your entire funeral. So who is it left on? Do you dive into your savings? Do you take a home equity loan? Do you do a GoFundMe funeral, which I want to say $330 million and over 125,000 fundraisers for funerals? Do you want to die and then have your family asking other people for money to bury you? I know I don't. And with my past that you guys know about, I can't get good insurance. I've got to stack a bunch of 2-year wait policies on myself because I've got an addiction and recovery past. I was born with a major heart condition. No bueno in the world of life insurance. Unless I want to pay, $2 grand a month, which that ain't happening. So for all the guys and girls out there who, when they hear a premium for a $10,000 policy, they say, I'll just save it. I'll just save it every month. Will you? No, you won't. No, you won't. You want to know why you won't? Because I know I wouldn't. Nobody's going to save that money for a funeral. I mean, maybe a couple people. But then, what if you die a month later? You saved $150 or whatever the payment was going to be. Guys, that's what insurance is. It's a transfer of risk. You pay a monthly fee to transfer the financial burden on your family to the insurance company. Whether you die tomorrow or whether you die 20 years from now. If you die 20 years from now, sure, the insurance carrier might make out. If you die tomorrow, the insurance carrier's cutting a huge check and you've only paid one premium payment. That doesn't seem too bad, does it? That's not fair for the insurance carrier. Shoot, I'll squeeze as much money as I can out of these carriers. They don't need it. We do. We do. It's like, I'm not interested. Not interested in what? We haven't even talked yet. Oh yeah, no, I already took care of it. Did you? Did you? Did you actually take care of it? Or do you just not want to talk to somebody? Because you're not even giving me the chance. You're not even giving me the chance to show you who we are and what we do here. Timeless Protection and We Protect Veterans is growing. Like, we're growing. We've got big things going on with big people, important people. We're not Joe Insurance Guy who got his license yesterday and wants to just go sell a bunch of insurance just to sell insurance, and then 6 months later disappear because he's got terrible leadership. No one showed the kid what to do. People buy insurance off of these people because they don't know any better. You have to work with a professional. You have to trust in the group you're working with to help you. This is any consumer for any product, for any type of transaction. Why are we buying something from someone and giving up personal information if we don't trust them? Are you going to trust the lowest ranked person or the person that's worked their cojones off to get that rank? Lieutenant, general. I'm terrible with that stuff, but like, you see what I'm saying? This is your family. We're not protecting a hamster. This is not life insurance for a hamster where whatever, just get it, you're good to go, I don't care, well, whatever happens, happens. This is your lovely bride of 40, 50 years who has sat by your side, dealing with all your craziness, stubbornness, amazingness. You know, spouses, husbands, wives of the veteran or the active military person, they serve too. You know, and some military people are like, no, they don't. And some are like, yes, they do. I would say they do. They have a big, big job to take care of if someone's deployed or gone all the time, out to sea, whatever. So your options, guys, are simple. There's only a few. You've got TV, Mail, AARP, Colonial Penn, AAA, Gerber, Physicians Mutual, Lincoln Heritage, American Income, Globe Life. Like, I could name them and name them and name them. I know every one of their numbers by heart because we cancel so many of their policies. Guess whose policies don't cancel? Ours. Why? Because we weed everybody out. I don't have a product. I don't work for the carriers. I work for veterans. I work for you when you're on the phone with me. I go to work for you. I am at your service, and I'll do whatever I can, and I mean whatever I can, to get you the lowest payment and the right plan. It is what it is. I've yet to be like this on one of these videos because I don't want to sit here and try to persuade somebody to use us as a group. But when we have a family call in and a guy missed a call and she's wondering whether he bought life insurance 9 days later because he's dead, I don't want you guys going with the garbage. There are a lot of good groups out there. I know a ton of these groups. There are good groups out there helping consumers, helping everyday people, whether it's a mother, doctor, nurse, whoever, veteran. There are good groups out there. So I would ask that you just give a couple a shot. Don't go clicking that get quote button. Don't agree to anything that's going to light your phone up like a Christmas tree. We try to do one call. If you go through our process and you book on our calendar, it's one call, the appointment, and it lasts a half hour. Is a half hour out of your day worth your family's financial security? Ask yourself the question. If you die tomorrow, is there enough money to cover said costs, final expenses? Before I let you go, guys, I will go over one more time what the VA is going to do for a veteran when one passes away. If a veteran dies of something non-service related, the VA will throw a check in for $300. And if you go to a national cemetery as opposed to a public, there's no charge for the headstone, the opening and closing of the plot. Surviving spouses and children can qualify, and then you've got to pay for everything else. So caskets, viewings, flowers, all that stuff is on the family. There's always going to be a bill of $5, $6, $7, $8 grand, whatever it is. If you go to a public cemetery, like you've got relatives that are already buried somewhere, or you bought plots already. A lot of people we talk to have already purchased plots. You can get reimbursed for those, by the way. You're going to end up eating the cost up front in a public cemetery, and then you got to go through the process to fill out the paperwork to get it done and get reimbursed. You get $796 if you die of something non-service related, but you die in a VA hospital. And then you get up to $2,000 if you die of something connected to your disability rating. So $2,000 will take a nice little chunk. If you're going to be cremated, up to, there's an asterisk in the literature, up to $2,000. I think the most I've seen is $1,300, $1,500. You know, that all helps. It does. But for the veteran sitting here who thinks that the VA covers your funeral, they don't. They don't. So you're left with options and a choice. A lot of times it's life insurance. 642,000 veterans passed away last year. I think that was the stat. Roughly 80% did not have life insurance. We could fact check that. Not sure, but I'm pretty sure that's what I read. So if we've got an important decision to make, do we want the general helping us? That sounded like the auto commercial or auto insurance. Ugh. I'm not Shaq. Do we want the high-ranking officer or person in the military, or do we want the person fresh out of boot camp with no experience? I know what I want. I want the person who has reviews. I want the person who is going to give zero pressure on the call. I want the person who's going to educate me on what I need. I want a person who's going to listen to my situation and have the expertise to find the solution to the problem with the best coverage and the best price. This is what we do every day, all day. I usually update every week. We have saved $18,000 last week. We saved for veterans. That's significant to me. It's super significant to me. So any person, this goes for anybody right now, any person out there who has children, who has a mortgage, any person out there, if you ask yourself right this very second, if you die tomorrow, or if the breadwinner of the house dies tomorrow, how long can I stay in my home? Can I even stay in my home? Are the burial costs covered? It ain't Ghostbusters, but who are you gonna call, right? It's so important. I just wish we had a different name for it. But what you guys do have is a group who is about as straightforward and knowledgeable and caring when it comes to protecting your family as their own, and that is us, right? So help us out, guys. The more veterans you can send to us, the more we can help. A large care package was just dropped off this past week. There is a program that is where I went for detox. In the same facility where I went to go get better, there's a program there for veterans, I think active too, guys that are struggling with alcohol or drugs. And, you know, when you go to a facility where you're leaving your family, you're leaving your best friend at the time, which is either a bottle, a needle, a pipe, whatever it may look like. You're leaving it. You're going in there with nothing and you're lost. You're hopeless. You know, we just dropped off like basketballs. We dropped off just stuff for these guys and girls to stay busy so that they're not thinking about the alternative, you know. And this past week, somebody very close to me, you know, went away and she was worried about the wrong things. And I remember when I first started, I was like, oh my God, my kids are going to hate me. My parents are never going to talk to me again. No, your kids are going to hate you and your parents are never going to talk to you if you keep doing what you're doing. It's as simple as that. What's the saying? Addiction is giving up everything for one thing, and recovery is giving up one thing for everything. That's beautiful. It's about as good as you can put it. So I love you guys. I'm humbled. I'm grateful. Thank you for the support. I would love constructive criticism. I would love it because I just want to get better. Why? Because that's what we do every day. We get better. Wake up every day with a game plan and go get better. We've had a rough couple months with this business, and the silver lining is it poked holes in the boat, and now we're plugging them. And it feels good to be able to have the mindset, the motivation, the ability to plug the holes, because it just makes us stronger when things get worse. When things get worse, we get stronger. Remember that. When things get worse, we get stronger. If you're struggling with mental health, if you're depressed, if you're curled up in a ball laying in bed, if you're scrolling through social media 24/7, if you're normally a clean person and everything around you is dirty, if you normally eat good and you're eating like crap, if you're missing work, talk to someone. talk to somebody. It's okay. It's okay to talk to someone when you're feeling weak and vulnerable, because talking to someone when you're weak and vulnerable is insanely strong. And it might save your life, It might save your life. I go through days where a smell, a location, a person, these things trigger thoughts. We're human, right? But because I have the job I have or the business I have, and because I have my family and the love and support of a beautiful woman and my best friends, aka my parents, because I have these things, it gives me the strength not to fall for the trigger. So if you're a veteran, let the good group, weprotectveterans.com, Timeless Protection, help guide you through the process of looking for your life insurance. I don't care about selling a policy. I care about you protecting your loved ones because you protected us. You deserve it. You deserve it. You guys have a wonderful night. I appreciate your time. Again, like, subscribe. Timeless Talk number 4 or 5. I'll get the right number next time. Nobody's perfect, guys. Just wake up, try to get better. I love y'all. Have a good night.